So it's been a weird week actually. Since I recorded my last video, I went on a huge, great walk. Actually, I went around a local golf course and kind of took the photographs for the creative project. I've started one that I wasn't expecting to do, and I'm working on another one. Tea's too hot still. Um, so yeah, that was kind of my Wednesday, and then I've kind of been chipping away at one of them, and I'm quite pleased with where it's going. It's going to be a nice kind of landscape, but it's got me thinking about making art again, doing photography again, printing this stuff, selling this stuff, which is all kind of really interesting and creative, and kind of got the juices going again, and just good to do. I feel it's really kind of been interesting. Revit is completely fallen by the wayside because I just got sucked into this more. But it was perfect timing because I did this lovely long walk. It was freezing cold, hands couldn't feel a thing, but it was very, very sunny and a little bit windy. But it was nice. And then that night, the big storm surge that's hit the whole of the UK basically hit on the kind of Wednesday night, and I couldn't sleep because it kind of howls through this room, and there's a wind cowl that rattles and stuff. But interesting to see the damage that was done kind of to my local kind of area as a result of it. Kind of fantastic, great big waves, local cinema kind of trashed, local supermarket trashed, all along the seafront, kind of nearby trashed. Really, really kind of interesting stuff to see just the force of that, which was really, really incredible. I should stop saying really. The tea's still going to be too hot. So yeah, did that, and then what else did I do? Went. We had a gathering of friends, played some poker for the first time, and Rock Band for the first time, even though I'm appalling at Guitar Hero. But we only did one song and it was bad, so no more of that. But yeah, played poker. Turns out I'm not great at poker. I don't know if it's that I'm unlucky or what. I always seem to have okay cards and always seem to get beaten. Maybe I'm not quite good at playing the people and knowing, I'm not going to do this or I'm going to go hard in on this and all that kind of stuff. So that was fun. And alongside that, we bought 18 ales from the ship and bottle nearby and got some fantastic range of kind of local brewed stuff and ranked them all. So we had great fun kind of splitting different ales and going, this is nice, that's nice, don't like that, yes, for the evening. So that was good fun, and it was just nice to hang out. I'm sure there's more stuff that's gone on. Brain fried. Nelson Mandela has obviously passed away this week, which is big deal. It's amazing actually to see so many people united under the idea that this guy was fantastic, and yeah, he did a lot of good in the world. And I think the word that keeps coming up is the phrase that keeps coming up is he showed no resentment. He let his burdens go. The resentment being put in prison, he was fine. He wanted to end this and end that, and it was fantastic to see everyone gathered together. Slightly odd that a celebration in Africa and Southern Hemisphere. So I'm assuming summer, rain. Apparently it was good omen. Got the gates of heaven opening. But yeah, interesting to see, and interesting to see the organisation of that wasn't amazing, but still good to see kind of the reaction to that. But other than that, it's been really weird. I've sort of been bored and sort of passed the time, but it's just sort of disappeared somehow. I don't quite know how or why or what. What else has happened? I've sent off a few more applications. No more joy. So I'm not really expecting much between now and Christmas, I think plan is to learn Revit. I think I'm going to have to pick that up again tomorrow, this coming week. I think I want to rejig my portfolio and reprint it somewhere, which will cost me an arm and a leg, but needs doing. And generally, yeah, Christmas trees up, all the Christmas decorations are up. That's something that's happened this week. That's kind of fantastic to see. Just makes you feel Christmassy. And I need to wrap. I think after I film this video, I'm going to go wrap some presents for my mother and father and brother. What else? I'm sure there's been other things that's gone on, but it's been one of those weird weeks where it's just time's just sort of disappeared. But yeah, I'm going to go watch the Hunger Games this evening, which should be fun. Bit of Jennifer Lawrence, bit of Katniss Everdeen. Can't really complain about that. That hopefully will be good. Need to book tickets, our Christmas Eve tickets to go to the cinema. It's kind of been a tradition now for a little while. So need to do that. Oh, I know what else I did. I went through all of my kind of stuff I've collected. So I have a habit of keeping things around, whether it's ticket stubs or bits of flyers or bits of programs or, things that are kind of important at the time and a little bit of memorabilia. So I spent some time, I went through kind of 2 or 3 boxes I had of that, and it made me really sad actually. It made me miss kind of all the times I had, all the good times I had at Sheffield, the good times I had at Newcastle, the good times I had in Edinburgh, the people I was with, everything. And it really made me miss it actually, just looking through and going, oh, I remember what this significance of this is, what I was doing then, how much fun this was, all that kind of stuff. So I've sort of organised that and gone through, right, this is the stuff that's still important. I've got a big old frame that you can see just about there. There's a few frames in there, and I've put all my ticket stubs that are important or semi-important in there. And I've gone through and I've thrown out bits and pieces. That's all been shut now. Thrown out bits and pieces that weren't so important anymore. Pinned up a few things. Yeah. Looked up, local. Done some research into printing out this artwork I'm working on, which is, I don't know what size to do it at. I think in a minute it's an A1 high, no, A1 wide and A4 high. So what, 297 by 841, I think. And the dimensions still feel really odd, and I don't know if, for putting it on the wall and stuff. But I've been looking at, where can I get it printed, how much would it cost, how much would framing it cost. I knew framing was expensive, but I just hadn't quite comprehended how monumentally expensive getting something in a frame is. I was getting a quote of, 100 quid the other day, for an A1, and I'm just like, I don't have that kind of money, and I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money. But, I've got lots of stuff that I want to frame and print and hang, and I've got something that's lying on top of the wardrobe that's a big old drawing. It's about full length of it. So it's been concluded that I need an art gallery rather than a house if I when I eventually buy a house or a property. So I'm going to get a big old warehouse and put a mezzanine on top of it, just have an art gallery of all the stuff I want. But yeah, so that about wraps up everything for the week, I think. So I'm going to drink my tea, maybe wrap some presents, go to Liverpool markets with my friends and their baby, which would be fun. And then Hunger Games this evening. So fingers crossed, should be a fun day. But I'll see whoever's watching next week.